Hello guys, I am Shubham from Spy Tutorials. In this video, we are going to study about Mendel's second law of inheritance, which is basically based on dihybrid cross. Okay, and the law is known as law of independent assortment. Got it? So let's get started. So in the previous video, we learned the first law is based on monohybrid cross. Second law in is based on dihybrid cross. So what is dihybrid cross? First of all, we will see what is dihybrid cross. Dihybrid cross means two characters are considered. Two character. Di means two. Two characters are considered. So cross is between two characters of plant. So which two characters were taken? Seed shape. Okay, these are two characters: seed shape and seed color. Okay, seed shape and seed color. Seed shape round and wrinkled. These are the two seed shapes. Okay, this is the characters, and in seed shape there is round, wrinkled, seed color yellow, green. Okay, yellow and green. So this is the two characters that we choose for study. And dominant. Dominant is dominant characters, dominant and recessive. Dominant is what? Yellow round or round yellow. Anything you can say. Yellow round and recessive green wrinkle. Yellow round YYRR. Okay, and this will small YYR. Right? So these are the two dominant and recessive characters that we are taking for study. Okay, and now let's see what is law of independent assortment. That is second law. Law of independent assortment. First we will see what is law, and then we will using a cross we will explain it. Okay, then law of independent assortment. As we saw, see these are the two characters, yellow round and green wrinkle. These are the two characters, yellow round and green wrinkle. So this will get separate. These are getting separate. These are getting separate. So these are pair of genes, right? These are known as pair of genes. Okay, gene pair, gene pair, or we can say non-allelic genes. Non-allelic because they are not alleles of each other. So these are non-allelic genes. This will get separate from each other during gamete formation. Got it? That is the law of independent assortment. Independent assortment. Got it? So this pair of genes will get separate. Okay, and then after the separation, what will happen after the separation? We can see here. This will always give Y and this will always give R. So they will get combined and they will form this type of gamete. Okay, so during formation, these alleles are getting separated, right? These are getting separated, and during gamete formation, again they will get combined, right? Same here with this recessive thing. This will always give small y, this will always give small r, then they will get combined to form this type of gamete. Got it? So that is the law of independent assortment. Got it? Easy. Just we have to remember that this pair of genes for two separate characters will get separate from each other during gamete formation, and that will give rise to various combinations. Now let's prove this with the help of dihybrid cross. So basically again we will take true true breeding, that is capital Y, capital Y, capital R, capital R. Two breeding strains, yellow round and green wrinkle. We know yellow round and green wrinkle. Right? This is true breeding, dominant and recessive, homozygous, and all are homozygous. So what will first? This is known as P generation. P, parental, right? P for parental. Then what will be the gametes form then? We saw this will always give capital Y, capital R, right? This will give small y, small r. So these are the two gametes. Then what will be the F1 then? F1 generation. F1 generation will be cross between this again, capital Y, capital R, small r. Sorry, small r. Okay. So this will be again yellow round because of dominance, right? Yellow round. So this is the F1. Got it? Easy, right? So this is F1. F1 means what? First filial. P means parental. F1 means first filial or first filial generation, right? Now for F2. F2 is little bit complicated. As we saw in the previous slide how gametes are formed, right? Now again F1. Now F1 self cross. Same like a monohybrid cross. F1 will be self cross now. What is F1? Capital Y, small y, capital R, small r into capital Y, capital R, small r. Right? So now what will be the gametes? See, what will be the gametes now? Gametes. Ah, we will draw it. See, now this will get separate as we saw as per law of independent assortment. Capital Y, capital R, small r. Right? Same here with this will get separate. Got separate? Then gametes will form like capital Y, capital R. Again, capital Y, small r. Then small y, capital R. Again, small y, small r. Right? These are the four gametes. Right? So, I mean, there is first separation and then again combination. Same here with this capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, and small y again, small r. So these are the four types of gametes formed, right? Now F2 will be formed. F F2. Okay, now F2 generation, that is second filial generation. So F2 will be like a table. We will draw your table actually. Punnett square, right? Punnett square. It is called capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small y, capital R, small y, small r. Again, capital Y, capital R, capital Y, small r, small y, capital R, and small y, small r. Got it? Now table, all capital here. First thing. Second Y, capital R, small r. Right? Again, capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. Right? Then here, capital Y, capital R, small r. Okay, now next, capital Y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small r, and y, capital R, small r, capital Y, small r, small r. Okay, Next, capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. Again, capital Y, capital R, small r. Again here, small y, capital R, capital R. Small y, capital R, small r. Right? Now next thing, capital Y, capital R, small r. Again, capital Y, small r, small r. Then small y, capital R, small r. And small y, r, r. Got it? Now this is the cross. We got these things. Now let's see phenotypic classes. Phenotype and genotype will try to remove phenotypic and genotypic ratio. Okay, so first we will remove the phenotypic ratio. Let's see. It is the pen here one. Okay, so this is yellow round. This is yellow round. Okay, yellow round one. Yellow round. This is also yellow round. Capital Y, small y, na? Yellow round. This is also yellow round. This is also yellow round. Okay. Then this is all yellow round again. Four yellow round. This is yellow wrinkle. Okay, this is yellow wrinkle. I will write here yellow wrinkle. Here we will write yellow round, yellow round, yellow round, yellow round. This is again yellow round. This is yellow wrinkle. Again this is yellow round, yellow round. This is yellow wrinkle. Got it. Then this is again yellow round. This is also yellow round. This is green wrinkle. Green wrinkle. Sorry, green round. Green round. Sorry. Capital R, na? So green round. Then here next green round again. This is green round. Then yellow round. This is yellow wrinkle. This is green round. And this is green wrinkle. Got it? So now let's see. Let's count yellow round. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? 8 and 9. So 9 are yellow round. I will write here yellow round. Okay, yellow round. Then yellow round and yellow wrinkle. Yellow wrinkle. Yellow wrinkle. Yellow wrinkle. Yellow round is 9. Yellow wrinkle 1, 2 and 3. 3. Got it. Then is green round. Okay, green round. Green round how much? This is 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so 3. Here also 3. 3. Green round also 3. And 1 is the green wrinkle. Green wrinkle. So all combinations we can see in this. This is phenotypic ratio. What this is called? Phenotypic ratio. Right? Phenotypic means physical appearance. 9 are yellow round, 3 are yellow wrinkle, 3 are green round, and 1 is green wrinkle. Got it? So this is the phenotypic ratio. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. So now what is the genotypic ratio? How we can find genotypic ratio? First of all, let's write here. Let's take writing. This is phenotypic ratio. I will write here genotypic ratio now. Capital YY, capital RR. Right. This then capital YY, capital R, small r. Okay, this is 1. This is capital R, capital R, small r, 2 are there, 2 are there, right? So this is 2 again. Then you can see here 1 capital Y, 1 small y, 1 capital R, small r, 1, see, Y, R, right? See, we can see here from your picture, capital Y, 1 capital Y, 1 small r. How much are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 are there. Okay, see, 4, right? Then capital Y, small y, capital R, capital R. This how much? This one. See, we wrote this one, we wrote this thing, okay. Then we wrote this, this, 2, 3, 4, right? Then here, this R, this R, 1, okay. Then this 2, right? So this one again 2, 2 only there. So this 2, okay. Then what we can see now, 2 capital Y, 2 capital Y and small r. How much any types we are getting? Just we will write and go on counting. So, see, this is the thing. This is 1. Okay, this is 1. So this is 1 only. This is 1 only. So again, this is 1. Right? So this will be big thing. Big genotypic ratio. Big genotypic ratio, I think we will get. Then again, we will write here capital Y, capital R, small r. 1, 2, 3, 4. We wrote it. Na? So now, what is the capital Y, small r, this thing. Capital Y, small r. This how much is there? This is 1. Capital Y, small r. This is also again 1. This is also again 1. Okay. Then capital Y, small r. Right. Then next is what we can say, small y, all small, and capital R too. Right. So this is again 1. Here 1. Okay. This is also again 1. So this is again 1. Right. This is also again 1. Then then let's see, next thing, small y, 1 small, 1. These are 2. Okay. These are 2 from the here. See, 1 and 2. And this is again 1. Y, R. So this is the genotypic ratio. Let me confirm. Let's see. Okay. Capital Y, and capital small r. This I wrote 1. If there is 2, there will be some counting mistake here. Here it is 2. Okay, let's see how, where we did mistake. Capital Y, small y. Capital Y, small y. See, this is 1. Capital Y, small y. and capital Y small one. See, this 2. Okay, these are 2. We counted. Rest is right. Right? Rest is right. So, the ratio is genotypic ratio. I will write here 1. This is phenotypic ratio. Phenotypic ratio is very important. 9 is to 3 is to 3 is to 1. 9 yellow round, 3 yellow wrinkle, green round 3, and 1 is green wrinkle. So let's write now genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio is 1 is to 2 raised to 4, right? Raised to 2 raised to 1 raised to, right? 1 raised to 2 raised to 1 raised to 2 raised to 1. So this is the genotypic ratio. Genotypic ratio is very big, right? This is genotypic ratio. Okay. So can you understand? Means this is the thing how to write the cross, how to find the phenotypic ratio and genotypic ratio. Right? Dominant characters we can understand capital Y because small r is there. So one there, so there will be a phenotype of dominant. And when there is recessive, a complete recessive phenotype. Recessive requires two recessive alleles, right? Dominant single is sufficient to express the character. Okay, so this is the thing. Okay, so what we can conclude? What we can conclude from this? That see, there are different combinations occurring. Okay, from the law we can tell that. Okay, what we can conclude is that see, two true breeding. Okay, true breeding we took yellow round and green wrinkle. These were the two characters, right? These two characters we perform cross. Basically Mundale. He perform cross between these two characters. Okay. So if the law was not true, law of independent assortment, if that was not true, then yellow will always give round. Okay. Yellow will always give round and green will always give wrinkle. They will be linked. But that was not the case. There were combinations. Like yellow round was there. Okay. In F2 we saw yellow round, right? Same as parent, yellow round and green winkle was also there present. But what happened? Also there were combinations like yellow wrinkle. These combination also occur. Mean there was segregation of the genes. Assortment in law of independent assortment. There was assortment of those genes and again pairing during gamete formation. And thus these different combinations were occur. Also we found green round, right? If the raw does not hold true, then yellow will always be round and green wrinkle will always occur. That only we can see in the phenotype. But that was not the case. We saw a parental combination, a parental original phenotype also, as well as there were combinations. Means we can conclude that the law is true. And this is the proof that the genes are getting separated. Of two separate characters, the genes are getting separated and later on they are again combining, thus giving rise to different combinations. So that's it for this video. Hope you understand it.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like it, please share it. Also, subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon to get notified whenever new video is out.